As it became clearer and clearer that it would be very difficult to, and not really so safe to try and mount like in theater screenings, especially while theaters were closed anyway, we spent a lot of time really looking into all of our options for the virtual festival, both logistically, but also our artistic director, planning out what that would look like for us artistically. We're working with a really strong virtual platform that should give, really a great screening experience even from home.
The platform we're using is called Cinesend, and they're a company that kind of pivoted with the film festivals. They also offer us the opportunity to host Q&As and stream them directly to the app that they're offering or to their platform. We're able to have Q&As with more filmmakers than ever because we don't have to bring them to Chicago. They can do it from their homes. So it's been nice to connect.
The most exciting thing is being able to discuss a film with the filmmaker and learn more about the process, because if you enjoyed it yourself, it's also very exciting to see what the audience is going to think. And since we do have a chat function, it's going to be different, of course, obviously from your live, like hands shooting up in the audience, but just being able to, further understand like the world around them creating the specific story is always like very impactful and just like knowledge building, just an expansive experience.
One thing preparing for this year's festival was, at least on the marketing side, was really trying to get that messaging across as to what a virtual film festival is. At a film festival, it's new films that you maybe don't have trailers, you've never heard of, and it's taking a chance and watching something new. And so it was just finding the way to really get across to our audiences, that this virtual festival it's very similar to our film festival, despite the fact that it's online. You have to get your tickets in advance. You can expect the same high quality film discoveries that you wouldn't find anywhere else. You can expect those interactive components and conversations. We're really kind of trying to play in a fun way with how, you can still like roll out the red carpet at your house. Maybe you have to use a yoga mat this year instead of an actual red carpet. Different ways that you can still make it feel like a festival at home.
As a programmer, you were watching films nonstop in the beginning, constantly screening films and, have your own sort of guidelines for what, stands out to you for a film that would fit like the particular program that you're sorting for.
We got more submissions this year than ever. So our initial thought was like, nobody's going to submit. Like all the productions are going to be shut down. No one's going to want to submit to the festival because of the pandemic. And we got more this year than ever. So films started trickling in. We got a ton of submissions that were like filmed during the pandemic. We actually have one short film in the program that was filmed during the pandemic. I was impressed with the tenacity of short filmmakers specifically to like kind of pivot and adapt and to like immediately speak on the current climate.
Well, for Black perspectives in particular, as we are like facing a reckoning in this country, it was really important to show stories or to present stories to our audience that, isn't trying to explain what it means to be Black, because we're past that. Should have been past that, and just to really hone in on like just these like very niche, authentic, I guess like peeks into just life as a Black person on the planet. And I think we've done a pretty good job of curating that this year. We have some phenomenal filmmakers.
Everyone's been affected by this pandemic, and people are just so happy to see that the Chicago International Film Festival is still happening. And not only is it still happening, it's basically as strong as it ever is.